If you've been holding it together for years, the first sign that something's shifting isn't clarity, it's chaos. You think you're calm, collected, rational, and you pride yourself on being steady under pressure, on managing everything with grace. And honestly, you've done a remarkable job. You've kept the wheels turning, the schedules running, the emotions in check, yours and everyone else's, and people probably even rely on you for that. They might even say that you're the grounded one. But here's the truth. What feels like composure is often just numbness. And when you're in it, you don't even know it. You don't walk around saying, I feel shut down today. You call it being mature, level headed, efficient. It doesn't feel like something's wrong. It feels like being responsible, like doing what needs to be done, like excellence. But if we're honest, it looks more like constant motion. Always cleaning, always fixing, always managing, internally and externally, anticipating everything, 2 steps ahead of a meltdown that hasn't happened yet. We weren't regulated, we were frozen. And the people around us could feel it. They experienced us as high strung, intense, maybe even controlling. But we just thought that we were on top of things. We didn't recognize it as dysregulation. We called it having high standards. But when the composure finally cracks, when the freeze response starts to thaw, it's as confusing as hell. Suddenly, you're crying over things that never used to touch you, snapping at people that never really bothered you before, avoiding tasks and things you used to breeze through. The systems that made you feel in control, now they feel suffocating. Your routines feel like pressure cookers, and you wonder, what the hell is happening to me? You're not unraveling, you're surfacing. This is the moment when what used to be tolerable becomes intolerable, because now you can finally feel it. And no, it doesn't come with tidy insights or perfectly timed clarity. It comes in waves. You will feel rage one day and complete joy and bliss the next. The range of emotion is staggering because when you've lived your whole life in your head, navigating everything through logic, performance, and problem solving, your body builds a backlog. And when that backlog finally surfaces, it doesn't trickle out, it floods. You go from overanalyzing to shutting down, from giddy delight to aching grief, from total confidence to total collapse, from rage to glee, from horror to confusion. It's vivid, loud, and wild, the pendulum swinging wide and fast. But here's the catch. Once you thaw, you don't automatically know what you're feeling or what it even means. After years of numbness, everything hits at full volume, but you don't have a reference point. You might mistake elation for love, longing for a compatibility, or resentment for a sign that the love is gone. You still haven't learned how to interpret what your body is saying. You just know it's saying a lot. So you start to doubt your instincts, you question your intuition, you swing hard into hypervigilance, looking for signs, rereading messages, replaying conversations, or you shut it all down again, thinking maybe the old way was easier. This is the messy middle, and you're not doing it wrong, you're just learning a language no one taught you. And here's when it gets even messier. You feel ashamed. Because this is the kind of emotional chaos you used to look down on. You thought it meant someone was immature, unable to manage themselves. You used to take pride in never being that person. And now you are that person. But the highs, they felt so electric, so real, you didn't want them to stop. For me, the floodgates opened when I returned to my teenage hobby, swing dancing. After a 10-year hiatus, 10 years of being a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids and a depressed husband out of work and functionally dependent on me, I went back. And it wasn't just about the dancing. It was about re-entering a world where I wasn't the one in charge. In high school, I taught everyone else to dance, and I helped others, but I rarely got picked to dance. I made sure everyone else kept up. I had to make it happen, asking others to dance, teaching girls' boyfriends just to get a partner on the floor and then handing them back. Like a host at a dinner party who never gets to sit down with the guests. But this time, I wasn't leading. I wasn't managing anyone. I wasn't even thinking. I was receiving, enjoying, allowing, following. It was the first time in my life I wasn't in charge. I got to play. Dancing again cracked something open, Not just joy, but aliveness. And it was more than just fun. Time stopped. I savored the present moment. And once I tasted it, I couldn't untaste it. I started saying yes to things that didn't fit neatly into my life. I made friends outside my bubble. I let down my hair. In fact, I dyed it. I blew dandelions. I walked barefoot in forbidden places. I tried things I never before dared. And to be honest, I didn't know how to put the brakes on. And that's where the shame sneaks in. Because even as you feel more alive than ever, you also feel a little unhinged. You wonder, have I lost my mind or have I finally found myself? This is what a midlife crisis really is. Not a breakdown, but a breakthrough, a reckoning, a holy reclamation. You didn't just go numb before, you adapted. You took everything on yourself because deep down, you didn't trust anyone else would step up. You thought composure meant wisdom, that being calm meant being regulated, but what you were really doing was surviving. And now you're finally living. This isn't dysfunction. You're not falling apart. You're waking up. And yes, it's intense. Yes, it's messy and disorienting, but it's real and it makes sense. And when the wave crests, when the color and volume and chaos settle for a moment, what you begin to hear underneath it all is her. The one you buried long ago because the world asked you to grow up too fast. The one who learned how to be useful instead of expressive. The one who was praised for being mature when what really she did was bury her joy, her wonder, and her spark. This is what you're coming back to. You're not just reconnecting with your emotions, you're reconnecting with yourself. And that reconnection is not just about finally feeling again. It's about regaining access to your inner knowing, the quiet, steady truth that lived inside your body all along, the truth that got buried under expectations, the one that whispered, "This isn't it," while you kept pushing forward anyway. As the chaos settles, you begin to recognize the signals, not just the red flags and gut warnings, but the green lights too, the flickers of desire, the tug towards something that feels like home, the no that rises in your chest before your mind has words, the yes that dances through your limbs before logic catches up. You begin to realize your body isn't betraying you with this flood. It's guiding you. It's always been guiding you. You finally have the safety and the capacity to listen. This is the beginning of self-trust, not the polished version, the embodied, untamed, honest version. It's not just emotional fluency, it's relational integrity. It's the foundation for connecting deeply with yourself and with others. Because when you're no longer numb, you stop making life happen, you start experiencing it. So if you're in this season, surfacing, swinging wide, rediscovering what it means to feel fully alive, you're not alone. This is exactly why I created the Discernment Guide, to help you practice listening to your body's wisdom, even when it feels loud, messy, or unfamiliar. It's not about becoming someone new. It's about reclaiming the you who's always been there, the one who knows how to say yes, how to say no, and how to dance in mutual partnership without having to carry the whole floor. Download the guide and join me as we learn to trust what we feel and follow it. The links are in the description.